Good evening, everyone. Warm welcome to all our distinguished attendees. I am CA Rishabh Setia, your moderator for today's session. I welcome you on behalf of the Committee on Promoting Work-Life Balance. It's a newly constituted committee in year 2025-26, which aims to enhance the well-being of CAs, all the ICI stakeholders, and elevate professional excellence by fostering a healthy work-life equilibrium. This initiative underscores ICI commitment to its role as a globally recognized accountancy body. This will inspire professionals to integrate personal well-being activities such as art, culture, literature, yoga, and meditation into their daily routines for holistic growth and sustained well-being. So I'll thanks to the chairman of committee, CA Jay Chhera, and vice chairman sir, CA Sridhar Mupala, and secretary ma'am, CA Premvada Girdhar, for bringing such great initiative which are required in these times because mental health is going degrading down day by day because of the professional stress, and such initiatives are very much helpful for each one of us. Now, I'll introduce for today's session, but before that, I'll tell you about one more initiative which is conducted by our committee, which is Fit CA Movement. It's a daily virtual wellness session, a visionary initiative by the chairman of committee on promoting work-life balance. Under this, committee organized daily virtual yoga session from Monday to Saturday, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. by a renowned yoga instructor. So I'll ask everyone to join and take benefit of this initiative. It's a virtual yoga session. I'll repeat again so that if someone has missed, they can note it down. It's Monday to Saturday, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. And there is a Zumba session as well, which is on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. So there are two sessions, yoga session and Zumba session. 6 to 7 every day, Monday to Saturday, yoga session. And 8 to 9 is a Zumba session on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So join and take the benefit, guys. It's very much helpful, and I'm sure it will give immense benefit to each one of you. Well, let's start with today's topic. It's Sharper Mind, Smarter Moves. Chartered Accountants Toolkit for Excellence. Exploring how mental agility, emotional regulation, and resilience empower CA to deliver precision while safeguarding well being. So, I'll introduce you to our speaker, which is Shri CA Shikha Bhagat. She's a dynamic chartered accountant, academician, writer, wellness advocate, currently serving as an assistant professor at Narayana Business School, Ahmedabad. She brings over a decade experience blending technical rigor in finance and taxation with a heartfelt commitment to holistic well-being through her work in health and wellness. She has mentored over thousands of students over the year, from CA aspirant to MBA learners. She is a guest faculty at many reputed institutions such as Ahmedabad University, Gujarat University, and New LJ University. She has authored books like in law and audit in with various reputed platforms. Shikhaji is also certified fitness trainer and sport nutritionist, whose wellness articles have been featured in well-known publications. This rare blend of financial expertise and deep health insight empower her to passionately advocate for the mental well-being of CA professionals. So over to you, Shikhaji. Please take the session ahead.
Firstly, a very big thank you for introducing me, and a big thank you to Jai sir. So our bond is very old. I know he's not in the meeting, but I'm very happy that I am speaking somewhere where he's a chairman. So I'm from Baroda, and we have a very long relation to share from Baroda. So he has always been insisting me that once I should take a webinar somewhere on fitness. So yes, I have delivered a lot of articles and webinar even in CA Institute in Ahmedabad. So this somewhere connects to my area of interest as well, because yes, like you said, I am a CA as well as the fact that I am a chartered accountant, I am a gym trainer, and I am a sports nutritionist. So yes, I have been working out for the past 19 years. And that's the reason that somewhere I understand कि इसका importance क्या है, where we emphasize the fact that we are busy CAs. Yes, I'm into practice, I'm into teaching, but yet I work out every day. The only reason, it makes me feel good. It makes me feel that I have that 1 hour of workout to myself. I don't train anybody, but yes, I am a trainer by profession as well. So yes, having that, we can begin today's session. So the idea behind today's session is I'm going to keep it sort of interactive, yet with lot of stories. The reason being, I don't want it to be very preachy. I want it to be very light. Yes, we are all here for ensuring that our mental health is good. So I don't want to burden your mental health with lot of jargons and typical terms that people use. Yes, as CAs, our life always revolves around deadlines, and therefore balancing accuracy, serving expectation of your clients is something that you all must be looking at, whether you are in employment or in practice. I assume that all of us are pressured with deadlines. So this session is specifically to sharpen your mind as to how can you manage your stress, yet keeping your work very effective. So I'll give you an example. लोग normally कहते हैं कि donkey work नहीं करना चाहिए, smart work करना चाहिए. ये बस donkey work नहीं करने वाली टेक्निक्स है, ताकि हम स्मार्ट वर्क करें बट हम वर्क जरूर करें और अच्छा काम करें. सो आई have very easy tips and tricks that you can follow in your real life. Maybe it will make a smaller difference to your mental health and surely to your output. So that's the whole idea behind me taking this session. So the agenda is, I'll first discuss the role of CAs, how we are pressured, what kind of life are we all living, what smaller changes can we make, few tips that we can adopt in our real life. So uh, as far as role of CAs is concerned, our role has evolved drastically. So if I talk about the times where I became a CA, that is 2012 say leke 2025, there has been a scenario change in what we are expected to do. So earlier we were like number crunchers, but now we are even business advisors, we are strategists, we are compliance managers. Return ka deadline, report ka deadline, iski due date, uski due date. With all this comes a lot of pressure. So tighter deadlines, complex laws that have changed, and even client demands. So if I talk about client demands, yes, earlier the scenario was very different. People used to give a lot of time to CAs, and more than time, I will say a lot of freedom to CAs कि वो अपने time पे काम करके देंगे. पर
Right.
the entire scenario has changed with time. वो कहते हैं ना कि क्लाइंट भगवान है, बस वो सिनेरियो बैठ गया है कि क्लाइंट सच में भगवान है और उनकी डिमांड ही हम फुलफिल करते जा रहे हैं, बट हाँ, उसमें हम खुद को खो रहे हैं एज फार एज आवर मेंटल एंड फिजिकल हेल्थ इज कंसर्न. सो यस, दिस काइंड ऑफ टाइटर एनवायरमेंट रिक्वायर्स अस कि हम फाइनेंशियल रिपोर्टिंग और एडवाइजरी में कभी गलती ना करें. सो प्रिसिशन इज समथिंग वी ऑलवेज टेक केयर. Plus, our emotional balance when dealing with clients. Normally, people think finance का जो रोल होता है या सीए का रोल होता है ना, उसमें ऐसा खाली नंबर से ही बातचीत है. पर मुझे लगता है कि वो बहुत गलत है. नंबर से बातचीत बहुत बाद में आती है. पहले तो क्लाइंट को समझने वाली बातचीत आती है, और उसमें ना बहुत इमोशनल बैलेंस चाहिए, empathy चाहिए, because we have a variety of clients that we deal with. I think most of you will agree that we serve clients in India and abroad. Plus, we serve MNCs, we serve local, smaller businesses. So we have a wide and diverse portfolio of clients that each of us serve. और हर एक की अंडरस्टैंडिंग अलग है, तो हर एक का समझाने का तरीका, काम मांगने का तरीका, काम देने का तरीका भी अलग होगा. इन ऑल दीज केसेस कुछ और नहीं होता है, काम तो होता है, पर अपनी मेंटल हेल्थ श्योरली अफेक्ट होती है. सो ऑल ऑफ अस आर लाइक टोटली स्ट्रेस्ड आउट कि इतनी बातें करके ही मेरा दिमाग ऐसे भारी हो गया है इतने लोगों से बात करके. यस, एंड दूसरा एक पॉइंट, दैट वी मस्ट ऑल हैव मेंटल शार्पनेस. लाइक आई सेड, लोगों से बात तो बहुत करनी है, पर बात कैसे करनी है, कैसे इंफॉर्मेशन निकलवानी है, दैट इज अगेन अ वेरी बिग चैलेंज फॉर एवरी सीए, व्हाट आई फील, और एटलीस्ट सीए ऑफिस इज रीजन. Like I said, because we deal with so many people, there could be accountants, there could be people working, at lower cadre, higher cadre, maybe the CEO, CFO. One fine day, you have an employee who is talking to you. So in all these cases, you should know कौन तुम्हें कैसा जवाब देगा और तुम उसके साथ कैसे बात करोगे. So mental sharpness is something where you are very alert. And adaptive intelligence is you talk as per need. So if I'm talking to the CFO, I can be very precise to the point. I know he'll understand. But if I'm talking to an employee who, has a lot of other things apart from giving me reports, then yes, my approach has to be different. And with all this coming into picture, we are to work only after we get the relevant data or the information as far as CA practice or job is concerned. पर वो information लाने तक का जो जर्नी है, उसमें मेंटल बैलेंस बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है. दैट्स माय फर्स्ट पॉइंट दैट आई वांट टू स्ट्रेस. सो yes, to give you an example, I want to describe you the life of a practicing CA and how hectic it is. I'm sure a lot of you will agree with me. Though I am half into practice, half into teaching, but I understand my father-in-law is also a CA, so we have a 40-year-old CA firm, and yes, I come from a background of CAs in my house. So I know what kind of pressure is there when you wake
Yeah.
up. So imagining that you wake up with 2 3 alarms, then you have a cup of coffee, your phone starts buzzing just as soon as you wake up. You have a lot of WhatsApp messages to read, emails to read, ऑफिस की टीम से बहुत सारे फोन्स और मैसेजेस आ रहे हैं, कौन आने वाला है, कौन नहीं आने वाला है. Therefore, the first thing that you must do is take deep breaths. Once you wake up, take 3 deep breaths. Ensure that you are at calm mind. Like I said, अगर mind fresh होता है ना, काम की एफिशिएंसी बहुत अलग होगी. सो डोंट थिंक मेरा काम रह जाएगा. लॉट ऑफ सीएज आर एंड लॉट ऑफ अस थिंक दैट काम आज ही करना है ना, तो और कुछ नहीं सोचना है, बाद में आराम कर लेंगे. ये आराम वाला पॉइंट नहीं है. पॉइंट ये है कि अगर तुम्हारा मेंटल बैलेंस और मेंटल क्लैरिटी अच्छी होगी, तो जो काम 1 घंटे में करोगे वो 10 मिनट में भी कर सकते हो. वो मेरा अप्रोच है कि पहले जब काम अलॉट किया जाता है, बी इट एनी टाइम ऑफ द डे, take 3 deep breaths, take a pause, try to understand the work, and then begin. Step 2, whenever you are assigned any work or you're doing any work, I assume you are in employment or practice, the first thing you do is prioritize. So I have been engaging with a lot of students also. I'll give you an example from student point of view. CA एग्जाम आती है तो हम बहुत प्रेशर्ड होते हैं कि क्या पढ़ेंगे क्या नहीं पढ़ेंगे. My first advice to them is please rank your chapters and do what is important. सिमिलरली जब हमें काम अलॉट किया जाता है या हम कोई काम करते हैं, द फर्स्ट थिंग यू डू इज अर्जेंट को इम्पोर्टेंट से सेपरेट करो. हर काम इम्पोर्टेंट ही है. आई डोंट से दैट यू मस्ट इग्नोर योर वर्क, नॉट डू योर वर्क, डिले योर वर्क, ऐसा नहीं कह रही. पर ऐसा कह रही हूँ जो अर्जेंट है उसको पहले प्रायोरिटाइज करो, जो इम्पोर्टेंट है उसको उसके बाद ले सका जा सकता है. सो दैट्स द होल आइडिया बिहाइंड दिस काइंड ऑफ एक्टिविटी. देन sometimes when you are discussing your work with your team, let's assume that you are a partner and you are assigning work to your articles, what you can do is use light humor. थोड़ा आराम से समझाओ. आई अंडरस्टैंड वंस अ पर्सन इज स्ट्रेस्ड, तो वो बातचीत में भी दिखता है कि इसको बहुत स्ट्रेस है कि ये काम आज हो जाना चाहिए. पर वही ट्रिक दे रही हूं कि वो स्ट्रेस पास मत करना. तुम्हें अगर कोई काम दिया जाता है तो तुम अपने काउंटर पार्ट्स को जब ये डेलीगेट करो तो थोड़ा ह्यूमरसली डेलीगेट करो. सो फॉर एग्जाम्पल, माई आइडिया इन द क्लास इज व्हेन आई गिव एन assignment and I know that the assignment is extremely difficult, I try to make it lighter. थोड़ा हंसा के, कोई जोक, कुछ भी ऐसा लाइट ह्यूमर यूज करके आई पास ऑन द वर्क. काम तो उन्हें ही करना है और वही करना है. बट आइडिया इज जब हम अपना स्ट्रेस किसी और को पास करते हैं ना, वो एनर्जी वर्क में दिखती है और वो काम सही नहीं होना है. सो द आइडिया इज डोंट लेट योर वर्क बी पैनिक ड्रिवन. जब हम पैनिक्ड होते हैं, हम वो पैनिकनेस पास कर देते हैं सामने दूसरों को. वो नहीं होना चाहिए. उससे काम में एरर्स की पॉसिबिलिटी ज्यादा है. इवन योर आर्टिकल्स, योर इंटर्न्स, योर एम्प्लॉयज विल ऑल्सो बी इक्वली बर्डनड, सो लाइक यू. सो ऐसा नहीं करना चाहिए. यू मस्ट ensure that the work is finished on time, but you delegate it in such a way that it is finished on time, and don't be, panicked and pass your anxiety to your counterparts. So that brings me to a very important topic, which is emotional self-regulation. So the idea is, as CAs, we have a very high stake kind of profession कि जहाँ हम पे इतनी सारी responsibilities है कि we tend to react when we are stressed. मैंने इनफैक्ट अभी एग्जाम्पल दिया कि अगर कोई फोन करके बोल देता इतनी देर में ऑडिट रिपोर्ट दे देना, तो वो स्ट्रेस अपने आप माउंट हो जाता है, वो बहुत नेचुरल है। पर मैं वही कह रही हूँ कि उसके लिए व्हाट यू नीड टू डू इज टू सेल्फ रेगुलेट योर सेल्फ। कोई नहीं आएगा, कामनेस इज समथिंग दैट कम्स फ्रॉम विद इन। सो पहली बात तो कामनेस कभी किसी को दी नहीं जाती है, कामनेस लानी पड़ती है। सो व्हाट टेक्निक्स दैट यू कैन यूज इज डीप ब्रीदिंग एक्सरसाइजेस। आई नो व्हेन यू हैव लॉट ऑफ कॉल्स, दिस इज लाइक, मैं तुम्हें मैट लेके एक्सरसाइज करने को नहीं कह रही, बट द आइडिया इज यू सिट एट योर डेस्क, एनालाइज व्हाट वर्क इज गिवन टू यू, टेक अ डीप ब्रेथ एंड देन बिगिन। तो माइंड थोड़ा तो काम होगा देन दैट माउंटिंग हार्ट रेट। सेकंड, बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी फॉर लॉट ऑफ सीएज, इनफैक्ट ऑल द वर्किंग प्रोफेशनल्स, टेकिंग शॉर्टर वॉक्स और स्ट्रेचेस टू रिफ्रेश फोकस। ऐसा कहते हैं ह्यूमन ब्रेन का कॉन्सेंट्रेट करने का पावर ही 45 मिनट्स होता है। सो अगर तुम सोच रहे हो 4 घंटा बैठ के एक साथ स्क्रूटिनी ऑडिट रिपोर्ट सब बनाएंगे, तो वो ऑडिट रिपोर्ट में श्योरली गलतियां आने वाली है, क्योंकि वो 4 घंटे नहीं 40 मिनट में भी हो सकता है, प्रोवाइडेड यू आर फ्रेश। सो द आइडिया इज बिटवीन वर्क ensure that you take shorter breaks, or you stretch yourself desk पे बैठे बैठे, या फिर I normally advise a lot of clients as to diet also। ये मेरा सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज रहा है that people asking me कि हमारा डेस्क वर्क है, तो हमको स्टमक से बहुत तकलीफ है कि हम खाते हैं और बैठ जाते हैं। तो उसका भी यही ट्रिक है। ऐसे बहुत सारे काम है जो हम चलते चलते कर सकते हैं। अगर तुम छोटा सा ऑडिट रिपोर्ट पढ़ रहे हो, कोई आर्टिकल पढ़ रहे हो, कोई सर्क्यूलर नोटिफिकेशन पढ़ रहे हो, वो तो वॉक लेते लेते कर सकते हो। बस एक कैबिन से दूसरे कैबिन चलना है। आई एम नॉट आस्किंग यू टू गो टू द जिम और गो फॉर अ मॉर्निंग वॉक। आई एम ओनली टेलिंग यू सिंपल टेक्निक्स जो अपने ऑफिस में हम यूज कर सकते हैं, वेदर इन एम्प्लॉयमेंट वेदर इन प्रैक्टिस। ये सबसे इजीएस्ट हैक है। खाना खाने के बाद सीधा काम कोई भी नहीं कर सकता है, इंक्लूडिंग द प्राइम मिनिस्टर। सो द आइडिया इज डोंट स्ट्रेस योर सेल्फ, टेक स्मॉलर ब्रेक्स, कैन बी विद इन योर ओन कैंपस। छोटी छोटी ब्रेक्स में भी दो चार बात कर ली किसी से, इन सब से थोड़ा कामनेस अपने आप आनी है। इसके अलावा यस, वी यू हैव टू बी अवेयर ऑफ योर ओन बॉडी सिग्नल्स। सो ऑल ऑफ अस हैव डिफरेंट ट्रिगर्स इन लाइफ, एंड लाइकवाइज हम सबका बॉडी अलग वे से रिएक्ट करता है चीजों को। हर एक जना एंशियस नहीं होता है, हर एक जना टेंशन वाले नेचर का नहीं होता है। देखा है, थोड़े लोग बहुत चिल होते हैं, एग्जाम आ रही है फिर भी एकदम शांति से दे आर, एंड थोड़े, आई वाज आल्सो वन ऑफ देम। आई यूज्ड टू टेक द बुक टू द क्लास टिल द लास्ट मोमेंट, एंड अब ऐसा रियलाइज होता है दैट यस, दैट इज नॉट अ वेरी गुड आइडिया। सो द आइडिया इज अंडरस्टैंड योर बॉडी। there are a lot of signals that your body will give you, like a clenched jaw or maybe a racing heart rate, and which is not a good sign. So the first golden rule is respond but don't react. Reaction quick होता है, response calmly होता है। इसीलिए the idea or the smaller takeaway from this very slide is don't react. Once you are panicked, take time to silent your anxiety and then respond to anything. सपोज कुछ गलती हो गई, ये भी अपने सीए प्रैक्टिस में बहुत होता है कि आर्टिकल्स ने कोई काम करके दिया जो गलत है, या तुमने एज इट इज क्लाइंट को भेज दिया और बाद में पता चल रहा है इसमें गलतियां हैं, तो वी टेंड टू बी एंग्री, वी टेंड टू बी पैनिक कि ये ऐसी गलतियां हमारे यहाँ से कैसे हो गई। अग्रीड, आप सामने वाले को डांटोगे, बहुत सारी चीजें उसको सिखाओगे, या कोई सीनियर अलॉट कर दोगे कि भाई वो उसके साथ काम करे ताकि ऐसी गलती नहीं हो। सो द आइडिया इज नेवर एवर रिस्पॉन्ड, sorry, never ever react extremely and on time, because that will be anxious, stressful. So regulate yourself, take time, and respond only when you think you are calm.
Right.
Again,
Yeah, that
I
was right what you said. Though we are going to take questions at the end of the session, but if something
correct.
is coming which is related to topic, certainly I'll ask small things. For example, someone
Surely.
asks, many people like says if they want instant replies or instant results. If we don't do that, they say, "Oh, I have other CAs as well. If you
Correct,
can't."
correct.
So in certain situation, how to set up boundaries and we cannot lose professional credibility. We have to be calm and
I agree. So sometimes it so happens that we have this kind of not kind of insecurity, but you still have this fact ki possibly if I don't reply within time, you know, my client will feel that she's taking a lot of
yeah.
time. Maybe she doesn't know, she's
Mm.
researching, or you know, she's asking somebody else to do it for her. So agreed, there are a lot of situations, but nevertheless, in an entire day of work, every situation is not one where it requires response to be very quick. So my idea is we can keep a balance. So if I am making out of 20 replies, 5 are extremely anxious, on time, 1 second replies, but the other 15 can be done calmly. So that's the
Right.
idea. The whole session is such that we are ensuring that whatever we do it in a balanced way. So yes,
Right.
we are working
Right.
effectively, but over an entire day of replying to emails and WhatsApp messages, we can ensure that if 5 replies are super fast and panicked, the other 15 do not give you so much, panic, anxiety, etc. Yes, I have one more thing to share. So, sometime back, I mentioned that as CAs and as professionals, all of us have different triggers. So, I said that we all have a different temperament. See, everybody is not very tensed and everybody doesn't get very tensed. So these are different triggers that I want to talk about. The first is deadlines never seem to end, and I think this is indispensable for
Right.
every CA, for every professional, in fact, CAs, MBAs, everybody who's working, because
True.
that is how we are, tuned that we work within deadlines. So I will not say this should not trigger you. It does trigger everybody, but the idea is they should not bring your productivity down. That's my idea. The second is clients with last minutes demands. I think we just had a word that yes, there are clients who come at the end moment. So this so happens in my office as well. So if it's the due date for filing return, they will just come few hours before the deadline is going to get over. And that automatically mounts pressure because you have to ensure that your client doesn't end up paying penalty, paying interest. So there are a lot of things that will automatically start coming in your mind, that if I delay this, my impression will go away, I lose my client, lot of other things. But yes,
Right.
the only idea is take a few second pause before you allot this work or do it yourself. The third is coordinating with teams across different functions. I think I mentioned sometimes back, our role is such that we deal with clients, we deal with employees of the clients, we deal with our own employees, we deal with our own articles or interns. So we have a wide variety of human force to interact with. And like I said, coordination is a very big challenge. I initially gave an example that if you are asking for information from a CEO, MD of a company, I'm sure your tone will be very professional and you
Right.
will be at ease that he will understand, he or she. But if you are talking or asking for some kind of report query from an employee, he has a lot of other things going on in his mind. So coordinating with them is also a bigger challenge, and a lot of people are stressed out with that. So like I said, in an entire day of 40 phone calls and 20 replies, I'm sure there are a lot of people who make you angry or at least irritate you in different ways, and all of us have a
Right.
different tolerance level as well. So respecting the fact this is also a kind of trigger that most of us go through. Fourth is long working hours, lack of personal time. I think this is why the entire committee was enacted. So we give least importance to ourselves in our daily life. So like I said initially, that 1 hour of workout in this entire day of busy schedule is somewhere where I feel this 1 hour is for myself. Rest 23 hours maybe for anything else, but that 1 hour is for me. So you initially said that the committee has a lot of smaller programs where we have yoga, we have Zumba. So what I want to say is take out time for yourself, even if it is 10 minutes, 20 minutes, a very smaller amount of time, but you will feel very relaxed if you do something for yourself. Work is something which is indispensable. None of us can, I can't say that don't work and just relax and sit back and you will have all the money. that is something which is illogical, and I know that's not possible. So what is possible is between long working hours or along with long working hours, yes, take time, take out a little personal time. Could be at the end of the day. Lot of people have told me end of the day is something which is, a person is exhausted, and if at the end of the day I tell you to take a walk, you'll be like, I don't really want to do it. So there are
Right.
people who work out in the morning. So I've been working out since 19 years, and I think I've worked out at all the times: morning, afternoon, evening, and night. My personal advice: there is no perfect time to work out. You can work out anytime you want. The only reason that workout is going to give you a lot of personal freedom and lot of mental well-being. So do it any time of the day. There are people who work in the night shift. So they have this problem
Yeah.
that they want to sleep in the morning. You can work out in the afternoon. There is no such rule. And lot of people have asked me these questions that what is the right time to eat? What is the right time to work out? My advice is workout and food, both are 50-50. So don't ignore anything. You can do it hand in hand, do it any time of the day. I've worked out in afternoon 1 p.m. also. There is similar effect even if you do it at 6 p.m. in the evening or 6 a.m. in the morning. So one smaller advice: don't neglect your personal time. Can be for few minutes of the day. Do anything that you like. I don't even say that you must engage in any hardcore kind of workout, but do anything that you like. You mentioned that we are looking at dance, music. Yes, these are also ways of calming your mind. Even it could be 20 minutes of listening to some spiritual bhajan, some kind of song that relaxes your mind. A lot of people begin their day with a smaller chalisa, a bhajan, a kind of
Hmm.
religious or spiritual song, maybe chanting of om. They are also ways in which you can lighten your stress before you begin your day. Even in between your day, if you have some time, for example, people in employment have a kind of lunch break. So if your lunch break is 1 hour, 10 minutes out of those rest 50 minutes you are spending for lunch, talking, coming and going, whatever it be. But that 10 minutes of calming yourself will really increase your productivity as far as I understand. So that's where you can stop these triggers. I won't say you can minimize your stress. The entire idea behind today's session is I'm never going to give you tricks which will minimize your stress. You can only manage your stress. We all work in a kind of environment which is highly stressed. So in all those cases, you might not be able to reduce your stress, but yes, you can manage your stress here. These are smaller tips that you can use in real life, and they are really very easy. So very nicely written. And plus, that's what I said: stress relief does not always mean long meditation, hardcore workout, retreat. I think I have seen this trend amongst young professionals that what they do is they will work and work, then they will take a 15-day break, go on a vacation on the mountains, and then come back. That 15-day break can energize you, recharge you, but once you come back, you will feel more stressed because you have taken such a big break. So my idea is do something that you can do every day. Taking a break, going on a vacation, of course, is much needed. But in your everyday routine, what you can use is one simple technique, that is a 20-20-20 rule. It means every 20 minutes, look at something 20 feet away for 20 seconds. That will allow you to focus back. So that's a very small trick. I know this might sound a very weird for a lot of people. Look away, look at what? Nothing. You just look outside your office window. If you have a balcony, just go there and stand. I'm only asking you to stand up for 20 seconds, which is like negligible of the time. Most of the times, all of us are seated on a desk. I'm sure listening to my webinar also, you are sitting at one place and listening. So this is something that is very easily manageable. The second is a 5 minute desk stretch. So like I said, all of us, in fact, CAs have this typical kind of work nature, where we are continuously sitting at one place. And therefore, what you can do on your desk itself is shoulder rolls. So these are small. I'm going to visualize them only if you can see me. These are small rolls. So I have seen that a lot of CAs and working professionals have this problem of frozen shoulders. That's because we use our systems, our computer, laptops continuously in the same posture. So shoulder rolls is something that, you'll feel lighter in your shoulders. Smaller neck stretches, because a lot of people have this trouble called spondylitis. In fact, I'm one of them. So spondylitis is something which, affects your neck muscles and they become very stiff. Time to time, you must rotate your wrist. That, helps to lighten your hands, so that we are continuously typing, replying to something, making balance sheets, PNL, scrutinizing, doing something like that on your laptop or computer. So this is one more smaller technique that you can adopt in real life. Like I said, this is absolutely indispensable. I've been advocating this for like n number of times, that we must use light humor therapy. So I give you a very nice idea that if it's a lunch break, go to a friend, talk to a friend for 5 seconds, maybe check your WhatsApp, read few jokes, read something very light. Or, there are a lot of YouTube and podcasts which are light. There are stand-up comedies. Even if you hear two lines, those two lines will make you forget at least for 30 seconds. I'm not asking you to watch the entire podcast or, entire YouTube or video, but that 2 seconds, two lines of light humor can actually change your mood and certainly change your productivity. The other is, yes, a lot of us forget. This is my bigger advice to my students also. We have been working really very hard as CAs, but we forget to be grateful for what we have got. So yes, you must note at the end of the day, it is very important that, you do an exercise where you are grateful for what you have done in an entire day. And this is a very small practice. I'll give you an example. A lot of people pray before, eating. That is also a way of expressing your gratitude. There are people who don't get food for days and months and for hours. So if you are having 3 meals a day, it actually means that yes, you must be very thankful for having those meals. Then if you have reached office on time, I'm giving you very smaller techniques. Or possibly if you have completed a deadline, you should be really very grateful that you could, meet that deadline. We normally take our smaller achievements and milestones for granted. So the idea is to thank yourself also. I agree that in this kind of environment, all of us are bustling and trying to meet something, maybe meet, ends, or, helping your parents with the money, helping your spouse with the money, could be anything, or making a career, or building, dreaming of buying a villa or buying a new office. There are a lot of things that you want to do with the money, but that smaller one audit fees received for the day, you should be thankful. I know you have 20 audit clients and you are very happy that you're earning in crores, but every client matters. So that is an example which will, this is only to tell you that these are smaller techniques that will calm you down. At least those 2 seconds of happiness where you tell thank you to your client that yes, you paid me today. I'm not
These,
asking you to send a thank you note, a very big letter to your client, but a very small idea where, you can be really thankful for smaller things in life. And behind being grateful, there's only one idea, that is to calm yourself down. That 2, 3 seconds, 10 seconds, 20 seconds of happiness. So that's the idea. These are smaller hacks that you can practice regularly, and that will of course lead to, calmness that you can sustain. So like I gave you an example, going on a vacation, going to the mountains after every 3 months, very nice point, but very nice relaxation. But once you come back, your stress is going to double. This is something that you can do every day. For this, you don't need to go to the mountains, take your laptop over there and think, I will think in peace. No, you can do your work, yet you can practice a lot of things out of these smaller hacks. Of course, this is not something everybody can do. So that's why I have written that you can choose anything that suits you. And all of us are different. So I'm sure there's something that will, maybe everybody is not humorous. So everybody cannot adopt a humor therapy. So yes, there. I
and
agree, because the temperament is different. So that is something, and everybody doesn't enjoy humor. So there are people who are very serious or have a serious outlook in life. Maybe you might, not like you using humor therapy. You might feel that this is something very boring, or why do this kind of fun in between serious work. Okay, that is not a very bad thing. But even then, even despite the fact you're not using humor and you are stressed, you can use the 20-20 rule, or you can use a 5-minute desk break or you can use this gratitude exercise where you're thankful for even the smallest of the thing in the day. Could be anything. You wanted to reduce your weight by 500 grams and you achieved that. You can be thankful for a very smaller thing in life as well, but that will give you happiness which is very personal and very soothing. So that's the idea behind these tricks. Yes,
Yeah.
to sum up, I think we all work in very high pressure roles, and therefore something that you asked me was a balance is something that we must ensure. Like I said, stress is something that you cannot mitigate, escape from. You can only manage, or you can keep it at bay. You can minimize it to as much extent as possible. So yes, mental sharpness, I had talked about in the initial slides that our work is such that we can't afford to make a mistake. And therefore, for that, you need a lot of alertness, cautiousness, mental sharpness. So there is a lot of intentional downtime and stress management that you can look at. Smaller habits like journalizing. I think I did not talk about it. A lot of people have this habit of writing diaries or journals. That is also a way of soothing yourself. There are people who feel good when they write. I'll give you an example. A lot of us, when we are stressed, we want somebody whom you can tell your problem. Similarly, if you do not want to share it with a person, share it with a diary. So
Right.
journalize it, write it. Possibly it will make you feel lighter. So a lot of people have this habit of writing daily diaries. What did they do across the day? Or maybe if your day is not very good, it was very hectic. Where were you stuck? How you came out of it? You will feel really very good. I know you're not going to read it again, possibly, but that is a way of sharing it with somebody. It may not be a
Feeling
person.
feeling light.
Correct. So that is
And,
a way of feeling light.
and these days, people are even maintaining the gratitude diary where they write something
Correct.
every.
Correct.
So that is also helpful, I believe, in everyday lives. Because as you said, it's not about what we do after 3 months. A vacation will happen after 3 months, but what today?
Correct.
Because life is today. So what we are doing today
Because
matters
once you're
more.
back from the vacation, I have had this experience that once we are back, the problem is we feel all the more stressed that after taking a
True that.
15-day break, I have to do so much work. Of course, a
True.
15-day break would energize you, make you fresh. You will see new country, new people, new food. So a lot of things will happen. But coming back to the same routine will actually tend you to, make you bored, or you will feel frustrated coming back. So the idea is not to make you feel that way. So yes, journalizing is something I did not talk about earlier, but yes, that is also a way in which you can calm yourself down. And very nicely said, you don't aim for zero stress. You aim to manage stress widely. I have been telling this right from the first slide till the last slide that stress cannot be zero, stress cannot be mitigated. What you can
Right.
only do is manage stress.
True
With
that.
all these general takeaways, I have something more to share as far as this is something extra but yet very relevant. So, I wanted to talk about foods that or nutrition items that you can use to keep your stress away. That is
Right.
something which is very near and very close to me. I have been giving customized diet to a lot of people, and the first thing that they tell me is food is a stress. So when you feel that food is a stress, the firstly, that idea is very wrong. To begin with, I've always been advocating the fact that food should never be stressed. Your workout or your physical movement, I will say, not the word workout, and your food both go hand in hand to ensure a mental balance. So, because the topic that I want to revolve around is your mental well being, food is something that you can't ignore. So, work is
Right.
something that you can't ignore, but having the right food is something you can't ignore. So I have smaller tips that I would like to share with all my working professionals, and so that you are, at ease. The first thing that you do is carry lighter snacks with you. So that is my first advice. Lighter snacks, to give you an example, which will help you, energize you, but yet not make you feel bored or heavy as far as your stomach is concerned. So lighter snacks could be, you could carry your dry fruits, you could carry fruits. There are a lot of things that we can pack and carry. But the first problem with all of us is we, want faster meals. Do not Do not engage in quick meals. So most of us, that 2-minute Maggie, that 10-minute ramen bowl is of course very tasty, but is not sustainable. So we have been hearing so many cases of young professionals, young people, dying of cardiac arrest, heart attack. That is one more example of increasing stress in almost every profession and kind of work. So my advice is, if you want to keep yourself healthy, the first and foremost trick is to concentrate on your food as well. The food and the mind also go hand in hand. So firstly, carry your own food as far as possible. Eat home cooked meals so that you tend not to have anything that is junk. I agree, a lot of us have deadlines, time limit, timing to reach the office, timing to leave the office, and in all those cases, I'm sure my male counterparts will agree, we don't have time to cook, we don't know how to cook, what to cook. So there are a lot of problems that we'll have. Of course, no offense, even females have all this trouble, and not every female cooks very good or cooks at all. So the idea is, if you cannot cook, carry something that is easy to digest because you have a sitting job. On days where you have a lot of client meetings and you are traveling, you can eat something heavy. So my normal advice to all my students as well, so if you know that you are going to sit for next 3 hours, eat something light. You need mental energy, you do not need physical energy to sit. But if I know that I have to catch a train, then take a metro, then take a bus, then take an auto rickshaw and reach to my client, yes, I need more energy. Then I can
Right.
have 5 rotis and reach there, because all 5 rotis will be digested. So the idea is, your food timing and your routine should be aligned. So
Right.
behind
So
this
many
entire
people,
example,
yeah.
hmm,
So many people eat food very fast. Like they sit on
correct.
lunch and in a minute the lunch is over. They are not chewing it properly. It also affects the health a lot, I believe.
Correct. It affects the gut. It also affects the mental balance. Reason, food should be given time. So I'm not asking you to eat for 1 hour, look at your phone, look at your screens and then eat. Again, a very wrong idea. But the idea is to take time to eat. So you take your plate, eat for at least 10 minutes, chew every meal properly. Reason, that
Hmm.
is one more reason why people have this problem of increasing weight. So I have a lot
Right.
of professionals complaining me, students complaining me that once I eat, my only area of weight or fat is my stomach. Yes, because if you keep sitting, the fat mounts, and there is no doubt behind it. So if you chew your food properly, every portion of your food, which is fat, protein, and carbohydrates, everything will be used up by your body in different ways. So our food is comprised of three main ingredients: could be fat, could be carbs, and could be protein. So a lot of people have this myth also that only people who work out need protein. The answer is a very big no. Everybody needs protein, and my personal advice, you can even try it for a few days and tell me. The idea is, you must have protein in every meal. I have 6 meals in the entire day. I know sounds funny कि बहुत ज्यादा खाते होंगे, ऐसा नहीं है. The easiest
Fine.
trick to manage weight is to eat every 2 hours. But like I said initially, I eat every 2 hours because a lot of my work is mental rather than physical. For the first half of the day, I'm only standing because I'm delivering lectures. But for the second half of the day, I'm into practice. So I'm sitting at one place only. And after practice, I go to the gym and work out. So again, I am into that physical energy wala mode. So the only idea is, all of us follow a different routine. So
Right.
second nutrition tip, your timing of food and your routine should be aligned. Whatever kind of work that you are doing, if you have a lot of physical work to do, eat well. Eat well, but eat 80%. Do not overload your stomach. Otherwise, you might feel lazy. Your concentration will be broken. You might feel sleepy. A lot of us
True.
have this problem. After lunch wala session jo hai, that becomes very difficult, because we all tend to be lazy. And
Yeah.
that's the nature of food, that once you eat, you need some time of relaxation. So my advice is, keep yourself light. I don't mean you starve yourself. The biggest advice that I've given to people: don't starve, don't fast, don't skip your meals. I was coming to that point. Lot of us have this that once you are in a meeting, you forget that lunchtime is 1 o'clock, lunchtime is 2 o'clock. You directly have lunch at 5 and then say, I don't feel like eating dinner. And midnight at 1 o'clock, you're like, now I'm very hungry because I have a break of 7 hours. The biggest problem in India and why we have so much obesity and diabetes is timing of the food. Never keep your intervals very long. I'll tell you a reason how diabetes was invented. So it's not about invention. People knew that there is this kind of disease, but the idea is most pre-diabetics fall into this problem only because of the fact that you do not know after a long gap, never have simple carbs. I will also tell you what are simple carbs, foods that are easily converted into sugar, like wheat, rice, then sugar in refined form, which can be any processed foods. So if you have a very long gap, for example, I entered a meeting with a client at 1 p.m. I came out at 5, so I skipped my lunch. Now at 5 p.m., I'm so hungry that I can have 10 rotis together. But I must not have 10 rotis at first. The idea is once you want to break this long gap, the first thing that you have is a liquid. So begin with a liquid. Then you can add on to a salad. I don't ever mean raw salads. I usually advocate of the fact that please cook your salads and eat. Raw
Eat
salads
salad.
are very difficult to digest, especially if you have a sitting kind of job. You will not be able to digest raw salads. The reality is our stomach does not have the enzyme wherein you can digest all this raw salad. So you've seen a lot of nutritionists advising you that have cucumber, tomato, lettuce, everything in a very raw form. That is not
Yeah.
incorrect. But the idea is all that is to ensure satiety, which is fullness. So if you fill your stomach or fill your stomach with these things, you will have lesser space for rotis, rice, and any other thing. So like I said, I was here. If you have a long break after which you are eating, ensure that you begin with something lighter, gradually fill your stomach. Once it is 20% full, go on to begin with your roti. That roti will not become a simple carb. You can have 5 rotis at a stretch, but your stomach will be so full that if your appetite is 5 rotis, you'll directly cut down to 2 because liquid will take some space. That fruit or salad can be beans, can be sprouts, can be a cooked kind of salad, could be a sabzi. So for the past years, I have been eating only sabzis both the time because I'm not fond of roti at all. I don't like wheat.
Right.
So that's my idea. But
Right.
I'm not advising you to leave wheat, rice altogether. It's a very difficult journey. I've not been eating sugar for the past 14 years. But the idea is not to leave anything, but to eat in moderation. So what you can do is eat in moderation, eat lesser than your own appetite. So eat 80% so that you are not at all sleepy, drowsy, or you feel lazy after eating. Chew your meal properly. The other advice is always have a balanced meal. Like I said, protein, fat, and carbohydrates. Most of our Indian meals, no offense, have lot of carbohydrates,
No
but
protein.
carbohydrates are of two types. So what simpler options I want to give you is, in case you are a person who, doesn't feel that you have eaten because you did not eat roti, you did not eat rice. Yes, I'm also a person who loves rice and I can eat rice in like huge quantities. But of course, doesn't mean that you do it every day. So the hack is, if you do not feel full, what you can do is find easy replacements. For white rice, the replacement is brown rice. You will automatically cut down on the quantity. You just have to try it one day. It is not very tasteless. My another advice to a lot of working professionals: if you are cooking your food, make it as per your own taste. Lot of people feel diet food means tasteless food. That's the biggest myth that I have said is a no. Diet doesn't mean starving, tasteless food, oilless food, masala-less food. I'm not advocating that. You put a generous, good amount of oil because oil also is required for lubrication of your joints. Ghee is required. So I'm not asking you to eat ghee-less rotis. The only advice is eat everything in moderation so that you don't end up with all kind of lifestyle disorders that we have been hearing with diabetes, BP, cholesterol, cardiac arrests. In fact, cardiac arrest is the biggest example of how stressed we are. And that's why
Right.
we are meeting today. We do not want to hear any cardiac arrest amongst all of us. So the idea is to keep stress at bay, to ensure that what you are eating is tasty or as per your taste. For example, a lot of people like bitter gourd or karela. Bitter. There are people who like it in a sweeter way also. Depends. You can be from any region, religion, the kind of taste that you've been eating. But this is my general advice to everybody who has this problem that diet food means, rukha sukha khana hai. No. The answer is a big no. It doesn't mean that you are not eating tasty. It only means you are eating correct food which is tasty. It doesn't mean you are eating anything and everything. So other
Right.
thing, mind your mid-meal snacks. That is one more thing where all of us, create blunder. When you are extremely hungry, you can't think of good options. That happens with me as well. After so many years, also, this is something that I've been, encountering that when I'm very, very hungry, I can't think of eating a ragi khakra. I will always go and run for the rice. But yes, there are good replacements. Make a small note of it in your phone or keep things handy so that you don't eat junk. So if I've skipped a meal and at 5 p.m. I'm very hungry and I have a chai or a coffee coming, I will of course ask for a biscuit or a vada pav, but I will not ask for a roasted snack. I can ask for a roasted snack. The idea is you fill your drawers with healthy snacks. So I read it somewhere as a CA, audit your drawer. We have this habit of checking everything, auditing every other thing that comes our way.
Right.
अपना ड्रॉवर भी ऑडिट कर सकते हैं. You can at least keep a check on what you have in your drawer. You do not have candies, chocolates which are sugary, biscuits. There are a lot of options as far as baked items are concerned. Even they can be very healthy. So doesn't mean you consume refined flour or sugary biscuits. There are a lot of options that you can look for. So all of us live in different cities, and yes, we have an access to a wide variety of roasted items online as well. So if you can't cook, keep something ready made, but shouldn't be processed. That's the only idea. It could be a fruit, it could be some cut salad, which is raw, which is cooked as per your own digestive power. So in that case, that is one more idea. Do not make your meals heavy, chew your meals. And a lot of people asking me, late night snacking is bad. The answer is no. In fact, what I have learned as a nutritionist is even when you are sleeping, your mind uses a lot of energy. So that's why I never advocate the fact that midnight snacking is bad, but do not eat something which is incorrect. So yes, there are times where I have also felt very hungry. There are days where, your energy levels also differ over the day. Some days I'm very tired, but some days I'm extremely fresh even at 1 in the night. So
Right.
this is also one more way in which you can control eating wrong things. So at midnight, 2 o'clock, if you are hungry, once again, choose lighter options. Do not choose something which is heavy on your stomach, on your digestive system. Do not choose something which is fried. So you can go for a light roasted option. You can go for something home cooked. So to these times, we have a lot of culture where, Zomato, Swiggy are at ease, and all of us tend to order something which happens to be oily or sugary, and that's where one thing you need control. That's an area where you can keep yourself in check, audit your eating habits. That is the easiest way to feel lighter, feel fresh, have a good skin. Not only weight, stress is also depicted on your skin. That is also a place where a lot of us encounter skin problems. We age before time. Very, very common to working professionals. In fact, I've seen a lot of CAs that they will look, I mean, few years older than what their actual age is. No defense, but skin is a part of genes, but it is more a part of what you eat. So
Right.
yes, my advice, eat correct so that you do not tend to be stressed in any ways. Can be skin problems, can be health problems, gut problems. A lot of people have asked me that if we are stressed, is that reason I have diarrhea, I have acidity, I have burning sensation? Yes, that is one bigger reason. Gut also is called the second brain. So just like our topic is sharper mind, sharper moves, sharper brain, but poor gut will not make a sharper move. So yes, your gut health also depends on the correct amount of food, good exercise, stress management. Even with stress, I'm sure all of us would have experienced this when there are, September ending, July ending. All of us have this trouble of digestion that, you whatever you eat, you might not feel very fresh, or you might feel acidic or gas. There are a lot of other
Yeah.
troubles with food.
Right.
One more way to check. So if you do not keep your stress at bay, there are a lot of other problems that are attached to it and would fall in place. So the idea behind this entire session of me talking and giving you a lot of tips, yet giving you a lot of examples, was to, make sure that we are all somewhere managing our mental health in the smallest of the ways possible. This is not going to happen overnight. We can daily, take up a new habit. For example, the habit of writing a gratitude journal is something I just begun last month, but I feel very happy after that. I feel very good that I'm, praying before my plate, or maybe, I'm writing something which I have felt good. So this is one way in which you can manage your stress. There are a lot of other ways, but the idea behind this entire session is to make you feel light. And I really hope that I have somewhere touched your stress levels down at least to 1-2%, and I would be really grateful for that. I'm very thankful to the committee for giving me a chance. I thoroughly enjoyed the topic, and yes, I also felt very light. I'm doing something apart from my regular routine. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks a lot. You have explained so many good things. Right now, we still have half an hour and 45 minutes. We
So
will
I'm
cover
in for a
this.
lot of questions and
Yeah, we'll
answering a lot
we'll
of
take a lot of
questions.
questions, and before that, I'll also bring few questions before everyone brings in some
Sure,
other questions.
sure.
So I think in corporate or even in practice, wherever most of people are either going for tea, coffee, and
Correct,
cookies. Most of time, I think that's where they go for because it's easy to grab and they
correct.
feel more energized. They think it's bringing energy. So how good tea or coffee taking regularly is good for them. And some people go for smoking as well in between the
Mm.
breaks. So how it affects in long term and is it a good habit? Of course, we all know it's bad, but how to stop it? Those who are doing what is your take on that?
Correct. How to keep in check is absolutely agreed. I'll first talk about tea and coffee. So I think all of us know this, that we feel fresh once you have a small cup of coffee. But a very smaller tip it is possible to use in real life is, I will not say you cut down on the amount of sugar that you put in the tea. But yes, there are sugar replacements that you can use. I'm not asking you to use stevia, because there are a lot of reports which says stevia affects your kidney. But my idea is you can use monk fruit sugar. That's a kind of sugar that is available on Amazon. The name of the brand is 515. And that is an equal sugar replacement, meaning thereby, if I am having, say, 5 cups of coffee in the day, 2 cups can be with sugar, but the other three can be with monk fruit sugar. So that is
Right.
one way. It will not make you feel sleepy, but because it is a hot drink, you will automatically feel energized. So our habit of, then other idea behind snacking is, if you are used to having cookies. So I have my relatives who say that I cannot have chai alone. So tea ke sath you need something, or with coffee you need an accompaniment. So
True,
my
true.
idea is, if you are having that in your office, I know at client place this will not be very possible because you can't ask for such a thing. But yes, if you are ensuring that you don't have it at your office, you can keep roasted snacks, you can keep roasted dry fruits, or oat biscuits, or multigrain biscuits. See, it
Hmm.
is not practical to say do not consume maida or refined flour altogether. But at least you can have a mix of something. So
Mix of.
if I have a oat biscuit with cashew nuts, it will have oats, it will also have wheat. I am not saying it is made without wheat or maida, but at least
Hmm.
that 20% of not consuming 5 biscuits full of maida and coming to 2 biscuits made of oat and maida will make some difference, because this is going to happen
Right.
every day. So like we were
Okay.
talking, people have this habit of doing it for a very long time.
True,
So
true.
that's the idea. For, I think, for smoking, uh I don't have much of an advice, but yes, my advice, you can switch to items like gummies or chewing gums. They help you to, calm down your urge to smoke. So just like tea, coffee, smoke is also something people use, for energizing themselves. I'm very stressed and therefore let me have a puff and come. But the idea
Right.
is you can switch to smaller replacements every day. This is possible. So if I'm having 10 cigarettes, I'm not asking you to stop right away, which is impractical. So I will not be preachy. So I know you can't be spread 10 to next day 0 कर देना, नहीं हो सकता है. बट आज 10 है तो कल 8 पीना, और 2 बार you can have a gummy, a candy, somewhere where you find your own replacement, but replace it with something that is not as harmful as nicotine. So
Right.
that's the idea. With that, you can gradually reduce. Of course, will require a lot of willpower from your side as well, but I'm sure this is manageable to do.
Right. So that is a good I think response from your side. It will be helpful for people who are
Correct.
trying to get it in on daily life so that they can have a better, sharper mind, I'll say,
Correct.
by following it. And I think though these strategies, what you told from the starting, I'll say once you start practicing, your gray matter will increase in the brain, and once that increase, your work productivity will definitely go ahead like before without doing any other efforts. So we have just to start using these small points and incorporate them in daily life. Not just one day we are doing 4 hour workout and then 3 months we are doing nothing. That won't help. Doing small but
Correct.
every day will help more. I'll come up with more questions. So one of our participants has asked like, how can firms and organizations support their employee in achieving wellness and balance beyond just individual efforts? What we are doing is fine. What organizations can do, what firms can do.
What they can do is just what like our committee is doing. So we can have
Right.
smaller sessions. So if you're, say, for example, you have an 8-hour work day for all your employees, including yourself, you can keep half an hour after the lunch break for, say, viewing a podcast. I am not asking you to spend any extra money or, a very big effort, because daily it is not possible. I'm absolutely practical with that it is not possible to do something every day. Or maybe say Saturday people are relaxed. So I have this trend in my office that on Saturdays we are in the casuals. So you feel lighter, you feel more connected, you feel friendly, that oh, we are in t-shirt and jeans, and you feel very chill on that day. Agreed. We work on Saturdays also. There is no bearing on that day. But the idea is that day we could spend half an hour watching a stand-up comedy, or take a half an hour session where we just talk to each other. So smaller breaks for your employees, or maybe breaks between work, so that they feel a little relaxed. That is one more benefit to it. They will feel that you care for their mental health. Their productivity will automatically change.
Right.
So a lot of people tell this participative होगा तो employees बहुत ज्यादा खुश होते हैं. Exactly, this is a way of making them feel participated. If your
Hmm.
mental health is important, my advice is, without articles and employees, you're nothing. You might have 200 audit assignments, but if you don't have people to work or complete them, those 200 are a waste. So yes, taking
Yes.
care of your employees is something we can't deny. And this can be one trick where you give them smaller breaks, not every day, then one weekend. Or maybe have smaller programs like yoga. Or so we have this habit where we have a small yoga institute in Ahmedabad. So we have a paid subscription for all our employees, where they can go and have that at subsidized rates whenever they want to. So not everybody will take advantage of it. Depends. Your employee's age is important, interest is important. So there are a lot of things that count, but these are small tips that you can use in real life.
That's a great initiative from your side as well for your employees. And yes, you said right. A small initiative helps. Like for example, in my firm we have lunch breaks. Like on lunch breaks we share memes with each other,
Correct.
something like that, which helps to regenerate and work again. Next, we have to once the lunch is stopped, we have to
And
move.
that develops a lot of bonding as well when you
Yes,
share
true that.
food. So in my college, we have this meal room which is separate. So you don't
Yeah.
eat at your desk. You have a common conference room, meal room, tiffin, whatever. And there you have a dining table where you can all share your meals. Important is not eating. The idea is you talk to each other
Talk
even
to each
for
other.
5 minutes. You will feel light. Everybody has a deadline to meet. So
And in
that kind of,
certain Right. And after a certain time, even companies can go for a outing once
Correct.
in quarter, 6 months, whatever is fine for them, because that helps in team building, one thing, and there is a personal belonging which comes when
Touch.
you meet
Correct.
outside the work and you talk different
Correct.
things other
So
than
we have
works.
been doing that as well. So every year we
Right.
take them somewhere nearby Ahmedabad, maybe a weekend, Saturday, Sunday kind of engagement where, we drive through a bus so that we are all together and
Right.
we relax at a resort. The idea is only and only to, bond with each other. You work with each other every day, but if you do not share that bond, I mean, I think
Right.
working cannot be fun. It will only
Yeah.
be stressed.
Because
So this
half
is
of
also a big,
life, not half, I'll say major portion of life we are in office only. So if we are not enjoying that, then like it's going waste because it's our life only. So we have to
correct.
enjoy our
Just
day.
like
Of
I
course,
said,
there
you
will be
must,
stress.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Just
but if
like
we
I
are
said,
not
you must
in,
enjoy your food. Enjoying
yeah,
work is also very important. Work should not be a burden. All of us
right.
work for money and you can't deny the fact. But
True
that
that,
doesn't
true
mean
that.
that you should be stressed all the
All the
times.
time. Yeah, of course, there are times when we all are stressed, but then we have to regulate it and then we have to make it better as well.
Correct.
We have to understand, okay, now it is enough. Now there's some time to relax as well and
Correct.
a different flow. So I'll go to next question. What strategies would you recommend to maintain a healthy work-life balance without compromising professional commitments? I think most of the points we have already covered.
I think I've answered a lot of this.
Right, right. So, like those things you can do, what ma'am has already told. How can firms and organizations support their employees in achieving wellness? We have covered. Many CA
Correct.
work long hours with deadlines. How can they integrate mindfulness or relaxation practice into such a hectic schedule? So, I think,
Within long hours, taking smaller breaks, those 5 techniques, वो उन्हीं long hours में incorporate कर सकते हो somewhere or the other. Writing 1 page, writing 10 lines of your journal. That 10-15 minute of break between those long hours is I think
right.
more than enough.
Yes, and when we say like, of course, like we have long hours, but we can do certain things. Like ma'am told, go from one cabin to other cabin.
Correct.
You are taking a walk, and like you are having a call. We can have a while taking call. We can walk in the corridor
Walk around.
so that the physical activity is happening, the body is moving,
Correct.
and people even we can count the steps as well. These days technology is here. We can
Correct.
count
We
steps.
have, yes,
If
we are
you're
all wearing smart watches where, we want to keep a count of those 10,000 steps.
right,
The idea is,
so.
yes, you can ensure
That
that within the office as well.
yes, and what I'll personally recommend is Yog Nidra. If like anyone who's watching this, you can just search Yog Nidra on Google and do it. It's just 20 minutes or 30 minute mindfulness activity, guided meditation. It helps a lot. I have while my C exams every day I used to sleep from that only. Otherwise, I was not getting sleep. I just used to turn on those, put earphones and hear to it. So in the guided meditation, you are guided through your body. And like after 20 minutes, you're that relaxed. Sometimes I used to sleep in between. So that is a very great thing. Even Prime Minister Modi also recommended this in one of his Man Ki Baat session. So yeah, I'll say everyone who wants you want to incorporate something like that. If you are doing meditation, it's great. It's box breathing. It's one of the technique is box breathing that can also be incorporated. For example, you are breathing for 5 seconds, then you stop your breath for 5 seconds, then you exhale for 5 seconds, then you stop your breath again for
Okay.
5 seconds. So it's a box
Make
breathing.
an entire box. Correct.
Yeah, you make an entire box and that also help. You can do it between the work as well. One task is done, okay, do one thing only. 20 second takes like your technique that 20 second after 20
Rule.
minutes you see somewhere else for 20 seconds. So these things help and I'm sure the this was helpful. Second, I'll go to next question. How can young chartered accountants, especially those starting their career, build habits that promote long-term balance? So, yeah, ma'am, will you like to take this up?
Yes, if you have just recently cleared your CA exam, entering maybe profession in terms of practice or employment, what you can do is I've shared a lot of habits, but which you can start from day one. See, it's normally it's said that what habit is something which is difficult to change. but it is not difficult to change if you do it for 21 days at a stretch. So the idea is begin somewhere. So possibly if after my session you feel like, taking up one small technique, you can start from tomorrow. If you find a difference, say for example, eating, and you feel that my tips were, I gave you an advice of eating, say, smaller meals, or having, gaps, avoiding gaps, you can begin with that. I'm sure if you begin once, you can sustain for a longer time, provided you do it every day. So don't do anything together. So if you try and think, ma'am ने आज 5 technique बोली थी, all 5 साथ करनी है, then you will not be able to do. The idea is never overload yourself. Go
Right.
one day at a time. Just begin with anything that you felt was correct, like writing something, writing, sharing something, or maybe writing in mobile. So a lot of people journalize in notes these days. We are all
Right.
tech savvy, so we do not use the book.
True.
It's okay. You can use your mobile as well if you want to do this. One more thing I think I've forgotten: use less screen time. Lot
Oh,
of
yes.
people have this is I was sure that there are people who will ask me this, that yes, stress is also triggered by the rays that are emitted in your phone, laptop. So that 20-minute looking away was, or sorry, 20-second was also a way of looking away from these
True.
UV rays and all the kind of rays that
True
it
base. Yeah.
emits. So to manage stress, yes, this is one more habit that you can incorporate. A lot of young people have this habit of sleeping with the phone, or operating your phone till the last minute till you fall asleep. So use something like he said, you can, before sleeping you can meditate, or keep the phone aside and sleep. It is said that your mind is affected continuously if you sleep next to your phone, and a lot of us do this. So one smaller habit: keep it at a table which is away, so that you are at least few, I will not say centimeters away from your phone. At least that will, save you from harmful rays and, keep you
Yes. Right.
relaxed.
Right. You're right. So some small habit like these can be
Correct.
incorporated, and that will be helpful, so that you don't see the screen time much. You can even put, because these days people are scrolling reels
Correct.
full night. Many people just start once because it's an addictive thing. Brain is like that. Once you start doing it,
Correct.
you'll watch more and more. So you can put a timer on. I think on most of social media platform there is a timer. Like I have already incorporated that.
Okay.
So after like 20 minutes, it says your 20 minutes of the days are done. So I don't want to scroll more. Like
Yes,
while
that
I'm
is a
coming
nice
from,
way. See, you are doing what you enjoy, but you're not
right,
overdoing it.
overdoing it. So I when I'm in metro traveling to work, many times
Correct.
I start scrolling, but then the message comes 20 minutes. So I'm like, my time is wasting now. I should do something else.
Correct.
So yeah, things that like these can be incorporated, and I think other than that, playing something or into engaging yourself into some hobby is also very good thing to do. For example, art, doing some art, playing
Correct.
fluid or something.
I'll give you an example. I've been
Right.
doing this for the past 3 months. So I realized that whenever I'm free, no offense, I end up viewing shopping sites a lot. I'm sure my lot of female counterparts will agree, and that yes leads to a
That
lot
is the
of
stress
not
buster. That is
required
stress.
shopping. So I began with mandala art, and I am thoroughly enjoying it. I have filled an entire book of 50 pages,
Wow.
coloring it. Then I also bought tea coasters, which are, pre-printed. So you have to paint them with your
Right.
brush. So I
Right.
don't get time every day. So what I've been doing is, before sleep, I just color maybe a half a drawing, maybe 15 minutes. But at least those 15 minutes, I'm not using my phone. So
Right.
that's why I'm telling you, your technique has to be very practical and sustainable. Don't overdo something. Don't think
Right.
every day I will paint for 1 hour. It is not going to
It is
happen.
not possible.
There
Yeah.
are days where I don't touch that book at all, but I keep
Right.
that book next to me so that when I'm sleeping or about to sleep, I don't use my phone before sleeping. I color. Once I am about to fall asleep, I shut down the book and I doze off.
Right. They can be we can switch. Like there can be sometimes we are reading, sometimes as you said you are
Correct.
doing
Reading
painting.
is
We can
also a very nice
right.
habit if you really enjoy it. So there is Kindle. So if people enjoy screen-based reading or a book,
Any two
whatever,
books which
whatever.
you will recommend to people? Which are your favorite two books or any book which is coming in your mind? Like just think.
Two books, but I normally read books, which are very diet friendly. So I'm a person, very personal to me, but I'm a person who enjoys cooking. So
Right.
so why I became a sports nutrition, उसके पीछे भी एक story है. I wanted to open my own cafe. I don't know when this dream is going to come true, but I have a page on Instagram with NutriBoost by Shikha. That's the handle
Okay.
where I keep sharing new recipes. So I
Okay.
read books where, there are recipes and diets for disease management. So females
Okay.
have to undergo a lot of hormonal changes from time to time. So I've been following
Right.
Rujuta Divekar and her books. So I love her books. They are very, very practical. And like I said, they're not preachy. She will not ask you to stop something altogether. So eating
Correct.
everything in moderation, eating seasonal. So I like to read those kind of books. I'm not a person who likes fiction and
Understood.
not a real person as well. I don't like reels. I don't
Understood.
like videos. So
But
that's
people
the
are watching
reason.
so much reels and they are incorporating things what they say in reel. For example, I'll just tell if some influencer come and say, take this, it will
Correct.
boost your health. Without verifying it, they'll start taking, okay, they have so many followers, he's saying right
Supplements, I think
supplements.
supplement, protein, a lot of
Creatine,
people
protein, people
selling.
are taking without they don't have movement in the body. Like if you are taking
Correct.
protein, you are doing gymming, it's fine. You are not doing any gym and you are taking protein, then it is affecting the kidney. So
Correct.
things like that are also
Because
happening.
protein is very difficult to digest. So the idea is if you are
Digestion.
having it in every meal and you are having a sedentary lifestyle, the one where you keep sitting most of the time, then you must consume it in moderation, very less
Moderation.
as compared to people who work out.
Right.
People
So
who work
because
out have higher needs.
higher needs, like some people say that what is your body weight? You need protein 1.5 into that or 1
Correct,
into that.
correct, correct.
And some people are not doing workout, but still they are taking that much amount. It can hamper the health, I believe.
And that is pure influencing. So the
Influencing,
influencer will
right?
not tell you what to eat and when to eat,
And to
but
it.
they will advertise the product, or maybe they are promoting some brand. So we have a lot of brand promotions going on
Right.
Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. So that is
True
one
that.
way in which you can save yourself. At least
Right.
engage in any other kind of. There are people who like to play music, some
Right.
instrument. That is also a
Right.
very nice way of non-screen based engagement.
Right. So I'll come to next question, but before that, like we still have half an hour, 40 minutes left for
Correct.
the session. And everyone, I just want to tell to the audience, in the end of session, we'll give a feedback form where you can tell how was the session and what kind of sessions you want. I'm just telling it in advance so that you are aware of it. And you can recommend what kind session you want, what will be helpful to you. What like today we had this session, maybe we can have some other activities as well in like future. You can recommend to the committee. So I'll come to the next question. It because we are going on food only, so we'll ask on food. Next question on food. How can we manage water consumption on daily basis? Someone's question is that.
Yes,
It's a good
very big
question.
question.
Yeah.
So I was going to tell, I was actually telling you a story where I said that we have coffee, chai, we have a lot of other things where, you forget to hydrate yourself. So
Right.
I was talking about good skin, good health, but agreed, that is not possible without water. Ideally, 3 to 4 bottles of water. And you gave a very nice tip yourself. You said keep reminders so that you don't watch reels. Keep reminders so
Right.
that you drink water. So we are all tech savvy. We can also keep reminders in our phones, smart watches, where it just buzzes to tell you that it's time to have water. I
Yes.
agree. In that busy schedule, there are times where you forget to have ample amount of water. Good
True.
skin, good brain is something that is indispensable without water. So
Right.
3 to 4 liters of water every day, not using plastic, switching to steel bottles, copper or glass, whichever suits you or is comfortable for you,
Right.
is an idea. Have water in the glass so that you know how much are you having. That is
Mhm.
also one more way. We all have tend to have a bottle next to us. We are only working for hours and the bottle is there only. You will not
Right.
come to know how much have you had if that bottle is not transparent. So the idea
Right.
is to keep a check on how much you have. Water not necessarily should be had in water form. You can have juices, you can have soup, you can have any other liquid like buttermilk, chas,
Right.
rab. There are a lot of other things
Many
that
things.
you can, use dal. That is also one more way of in which you can have your liquid. So that the idea is to hydrate yourself. Lemon juice. A lot of people have this detox water where you have
Yes.
pudina, then cucumber. That is also one more way in
Alkaline
which
water, they say, I think, something like that.
my
That's
idea
different.
is correct. The alkaline water is extremely costly, but it has lot of minerals. So the idea is these days we are all using ROs, and
Right,
because of those filter and RO, a lot of minerals get filtered. And that's
right.
the reason we are having autoimmune diseases, this gut trouble,
GBS kind of.
correct, correct.
Yes.
So gut trouble, skin problem is one more reason because we are all having filtered water, thinking normal
Right,
water is all contaminated.
right.
Agreed, it is we cannot rely on the water that we normally get. So the
True.
idea is we are all switching to, RO, whether copper based, lot of things in the market. But alkaline water, as far as I feel, is something that is not highly sustainable. So you
Right,
cannot buy it every day. It is extremely costly, and somewhere you'll have a saturation. So my
right.
idea is don't do overboard. I mean, you can use an RO or an AquaGuard filter, whatever you're using, but try to use water in all forms so that you have a balanced kind of minerals in your body. For example,
Hmm.
coconut water, it has a lot of
Right.
potassium. Normal water
Yes.
will not have it. Then nariyal
True.
pani, I mean, sorry, lemon juice. So lemon has a lot of
Vitamin
vitamin C.
C.
So that is
Yeah.
one more way. I am not asking you to do anything fancy or
Right.
order something, make something, because we all have very
Basic
less time.
homemade things also
Correct.
help.
Easiest to make. Carry two
Right.
lemons with you and a bottle of water. You squeeze it yourself and have.
Right.
So that's the
Yes.
easiest that you can do. Not a very fancy thing. No mojito. Nothing very fancy. Otherwise, I know you will leave that practice in few days and say, "ये तो trick काम नहीं आया." So
But I think
I
you're right. These things need to be incorporated, and basics are necessary. Like because our body is most of part of body is water only. 80
correct.
90% it's like we are water. So if we are managing water, it's a problem. And sunlight, like I'm not sure about other
Correct.
places. Like whenever I have checked my report, I have already had vitamin D
Vitamin D.
deficiency. So because we are always inside, we are not taking sun baths, and then we have to take the like
A
pills.
smaller
So,
trick for
but
that, if your office has a window and you can sit at the window in morning 10 o'clock,
right,
9 to 11 k beach, the most ideal time to absorb sun is at that time. So I'm not
right,
asking you to delay your office time, but you can go to your office window, balcony, you stand there for 10-15 minutes in sunlight, come back, read mails there, or maybe if
right,
you have a place
right.
to sit, you have a couch or a sofa over there, you can do work over there as well.
I think it impacts a lot because what I know is once your vitamin D get increased, if it is less, you have letharginess in your body.
Correct.
But if it is good, your productivity will increase.
Increase.
Yeah.
Correct.
So I'll come with next question. Daily physical work. It is by CA Kashi Vishwara Rao. Daily physical workout will increase stress tolerance level.
I can't deny, but I will not preach also. Like I said, I've been working out for the past 19 years, no gap at all. I'm working out since 2006 and this is
What is your stress tolerance
2025.
level then?
My stress tolerance level is more. That's what my family members tell me, that you have a lot of patience. I still feel I'm very impatient, but the idea is yes, I panic less. I heard a video sometime back. I'll tell you what I heard out of it. It says when you are in the gym, you are doing something that is against your mind. So you are making your mind stronger. See, when you are working out, your mind will tell you that you are tired. But still, if you go on to the next set, can be sports also. I am not advocating gymming, but I'm just saying that any kind of physical activity that you engage into, you're only making your mind stronger. So your question is very right. Yes, it will increase your stress tolerance. I don't know, but it will increase your patience and your way of dealing with things in life. You will be better at it than others.
Right, right. Right. So that is right. What you said, we will try to incorporate. And now I'll go to next question. Many CA face decision fatigue. What practices help in maintaining clarity and sound judgment under pressure? So it's a question related to decision fatigue. I think mindfulness, doing meditation, keeping your stress level low.
Correct.
Come to
That rule of taking three deep breaths and then beginning with the work. Oh, those
right.
three deep breaths will only calm you down before you
Uh,
answer. I think I used that slide where I said that respond, don't react. Your
right.
decision making requires that. If you react ekdam spontaneously, you will mostly create a blunder. And I know with those deadlines coming in, lot of calls, pressure everywhere, there is a chance that we might overlook the fact that it is important to calm yourself down. Your decision can be wrong. So the idea is,
Right.
decision fatigue is because you take stress that I have to take decision on the spot. In order to take that on the spot, just take a 1 second breathe and then begin. Possibly that 1 second will give you thinking time of what I have to reply. So if your client is saying, I want to reply to this notice, do we have to pay penalty? Can you make the penalty less? Is there any provision in the law? But you will be extremely paranoid thinking that, oh, you have to tell your client to pay a crore of penalty. But yes, before you answer that, take 2-3 seconds break and answer.
Right. So that is right, and I think what I have also what I heard some time back is there I saw somewhere there's a chart. Can you do something about it, or cannot do
Correct.
something about it? If you cannot do something about it,
So
just
correct. It is Mahendra Singh Dhoni who said that take stress only if it is controllable, and
controllable.
do
Right.
not take stress if it is beyond your control, because you can't change it. So the idea
Right.
is every decision that you take, yes, is important, but do not stress about it. If you stress about it, it will surely hamper your way of deciding or maybe your decision.
Right. I'll come to next question. Like Amit Kot has asked, many organizations push for always available culture, expecting response late at night or on holidays. How can employees set boundaries without being seen as uncooperative? I think it will be
I
question
think this
of
is a
many
very nice
employees.
question. So I have placed. I mean, I have been into placements in my college, and I have a lot of students leaving their job because of the same reason. Who would come and tell me that we are expected that a mutual fund distributor I have to be available in the night at 1 p.m. People asking me questions. How much is the return? How much is the lock-in period? Agreed. This is a very big problem, but I think the only way where you can manage this is by communicating. So you have to be very clear right from day one. I am not asking you to insult your employer, your senior, your team leader, but you can put forth your word in such a way that it seems as if you are eager to work, but at the same time you have to mention that you need some personal time. And that's the only way I think. I have no other technique for this, but my only idea is uh, put your word in such a way that the other person is not offended. See, most of our problem is you become very angry, anxious, frustrated, that you are expected to answer the call at 1 p.m. You will call 1 a.m. You will call your boss and say, this is a time where I'm receiving calls. Don't do that. One day, if
Right.
you are answering a call at 1 a.m., you can go to the office, request the next day that can we have some, working hour kind of culture where, I cannot suppose you have a small child or you have ailing parents and you can't answer at 1 a.m. in the night. So there are
Right.
problems that all of us face daily, and everybody cannot be awake at 3 a.m. and reply एकदम fresh होके answer देना है at 3 a.m. where you are एकदम ready with the answer. It is not possible because we are humans and we are not machines. But the only
Right.
idea is put forth your word. If you feel, do not tolerate, because that is also another way of tolerating something wrong. So if you keep tolerating, your employer or senior will feel that he doesn't have a problem with it. It's okay, he
Right.
can answer at 1 a.m. So if I'm answering 20 calls, after 21st call I can make a mention that I've been taking 20 calls, I've been answering them correctly, but I feel that this is not the very right time to call somebody. I need some personal sleep time or some time where I'm at peace. So something like that where you communicate but do not offend the other person.
Right. Communication is very important. Like if we are not communicating, then it's a problem. Of course, even if it is not helping, we have to escalate it, or even that don't help, then we have to take other measures. But
Correct.
we should not get depressed out of anything. I think that is something which is very important. If something is not working out, there will be some other solution, but there are always some solution. We have to find that
Correct.
ways. Right. So, Jay Rawat is asking, can you share strategies for maintaining calm in high stakes boardroom discussions or presentations?
Uh,
Strategies for calm in discussions and high stakes
Correct.
boardroom.
Boardroom arguments are very
Yes.
heated, and they take a toll on your mental health, and that is undeniable. But
Right.
again, the only way is before you reply to anything, take three deep breaths, calm yourself down, and then reply. So, if a lot of people, surrounded, lot of discussions happening at the same time, and it is going to make you anxious,
Right.
and there is
Right.
no doubt about it. But before
Right.
you answer anything, take
Hmm.
2-3 seconds for yourself and then answer. I'm sure that will calm you down at least by 2 to 5% than your normal anxiety or your normal way of reacting. So
Right.
take time before you reply to such heated arguments. Be a part of it, but do not engage in over escalated arguments, where it tends to take a toll on your health. So take that up calmly.
Right. Okay, so you can do these techniques, Jay. Next, Nandita Mishra ji is asking, how can sleep discipline be maintained despite irregular working hours?
Then, in that case, if you have irregular working hours, the ideal sleep time is 6 to 8 hours for adults. And yes, there are people who get lesser sleep, but ultimately, like I said, it takes a toll on a lot of things in your life, including these
Hmm.
examples of cardiac arrest, heart attack is one more example that we do not sleep at night and you are working. But
Right.
my idea is, if you cannot sleep for 6 hours or you sleep for lesser than that, take a break, or maybe the next day you can recoup that difference. I know sometimes it is impractical, but if you have time over the day, or maybe the next day, you end your day early and sleep a little more, that is not going to make a very bigger difference. But at least my advice is, do not let this happen for longer number of days. That's my advice. There are 1 or 2 days in our entire month, or maybe entire audit season, that we are all stressed. At 29th, 30th September, nobody's sleeping. But that's okay. 1st and 2nd October, you take a break, take rest. I don't mean sleep for 24 hours. Sleep for
Right.
6 hours, but take some break for yourself, because before you can jump back to work. That's
Right.
the idea.
Yes, that needs to be done. That will help to regenerate yourself. It's like when you have a car, it need maintenance. So
Correct,
guys, we all
correct.
need maintenance.
Exactly.
Once we get our oiling perfect, we
Oiling
get
of the
alignment
body.
perfect, we'll run always on a better speed
Correct.
and we'll
And
run
with
long.
lesser sleep, your productivity is going to hamper. So you take a break, and that is a mandate. So 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. I mean, it is understandable that you stress yourself and sleep for lesser number of hours. But if this happens every day, not a good sign. So my idea
Right.
is, don't let this routine continue. You have to break it somewhere. I don't know how. Maybe during the day, not possible for everybody. Then early sleep at night, early dinner,
Yeah.
something like that, where you can
Right.
get that incremental sleep.
Do that. Right. That is how you have to manage it.
Correct.
We have to be aware and maintain a proper sleep cycle, which is important. So next question from Nandita is only, can flexible working arrangement realistically support better balance in CA profession? Flexible
I
working
have
arrangement.
Correct. I have been reading a lot of emails from the women's committee telling that we have flexible working hours for women. No offense, even the men need similar working hours. I think yes, but there are
Yes.
both pros and cons. So flexible
True.
working hours, a lot of people have said that if you have flexible working hours, people tend to take it for granted. So you will
True.
automatically postpone it, lethargy, or procrastinate it, that yeah, I
Yes.
have still 2 more hours, I will do it later. But the idea is, if you have flexible working hours, you need only one thing: self control. Then flexible working hours are also very nice, or also very helpful. But yes,
Right.
you need to know where is the boundary. So
Right.
if you tend to cross that, your flexible working hours will not help
Won't
you.
work. Yeah. So
Correct.
balance. only one person can bring, that is you. If you
You.
have balance, you can make it amazing. Otherwise, same flexible working hours can be a difficulty for you. That's
Correct.
what I understand, right? Pramod Kumar Jain, he's asking, we all human beings have ego, and it always appear despite we know, and also it result. But sometimes it's become very difficult to control on it. How to overcome with it? So the
Hmm.
question is, we have certain time we come up with ego, how to come overcome it. And I
Uh,
think, yeah, so
So
I
ego
think
is also an emotion. I'm very
emotion,
sure that these are just like I said, stress, temperament, tension is very personal and
they're part of
subjective
same
to all of
basket, I
us.
believe.
Correct, correct. And this is something that I can't say that you must not have ego. I mean, I'm no one to say that, and it doesn't sound very realistic. All of us have different ways and tolerance levels. In fact, that is ego. A lot of people have this confusion between self-respect and ego. So people who
Right.
talk less are normally seen as egoistic. I don't feel
Hmm.
that it is
Right,
to be
true.
generalized. It is not at all
True.
true. But the idea to manage ego, again, self control. There is
Self-control.
somewhere where you have to draw a boundary. See, the only thing you can do is introspect and analyze whether your ego is working for you or against you. Once you feel that it is going against you, you must draw a line and not cross that line at
Right.
all. Because
Right.
some situations are such that you have to bend yourself.
True. True. So I think that also can be brought into practice. I'll give you an example. So I generally like to travel a lot, and I have taken batches of people in trips as well. I've taken like 17 to 20 people on a hikes of 7 day trip, something like that. So once I took around 17 people to Hamta Pass. It's in Himalaya. From
Correct.
Manali, it goes to Spiti in 5 days. So many of, and in those 5 days, there is no signal, there are no rooms. You have to sleep in tents, and you have to wash your own dishes. So there were few people who said, "I am washing my dish for first time," and they were like so happy doing that. Okay, we are washing it first time. So it's things like that also work. That things you have not done, you think that ये तो मैं नहीं कर सकता. Do that. Everything can be done by you. So might that helps you breaking the ego thing if we think like it is there. So yeah, so that was one instance, and I remember how happy they wrote a post on it. Okay, I did this. We washed the plates. So I think it is a very small thing, but it made them happy. So something like that can work
Correct.
for you as well. Yeah. So I think there, if there are any other question, otherwise we'll take up some other topics from ourselves. Um Many see in industry pursue many different courses, CFA, CPA, and all that. However, employers are often reluctant to grant study leave or even exam day leave, citing work pressure. So, what should be done in that case? They don't, people are not getting leaves.
Again, sabbatical. See, I mean, again, way of putting it. So like I said,
Right.
when you told me that if we have an area where you are expected to be awake at night and answer calls, this is a very
Yeah.
similar thing. Sabbatical or study leaves are something everybody is not open to. And if you feel your employer is not very willing or is reluctant, the only idea is what I've been advising my students also: never ever place your word in such a way that your employer will feel that you are doing something for your own benefit.
Hmm.
Always show them that this CPA degree will benefit me in my current work and my future. So in
Right.
that way, you are including them also in the benefits of your study. It
Right.
is a very small way of communicating. So if I come and tell you that I want to do LLM, I am an LLB, but please allow me a leave of 2 months for the exam, you will not feel very correct. But if I'm working in an area where there is forex, and if I tell you LLM will give me, and I'm going to practice and do internship under a civil lawyer, then maybe you will allow me, saying that yes, she'll gain more exposure, that will help us also. So this is only a way of placing yourself. There's no other technique. But if somebody is very reluctant, the only way to win that reluctance is put your word in such a way that they will feel included. They should feel
Right.
that you are also they are also benefiting from this kind of study or your education. How you can add value to the organization.
True
Bus,
that.
in a very simple way. I'm sure, see, knowledge can never be wasted. So if you're doing something extra, it will help your current job and future prospects. So all of us are of that view that my current job is not paying me so much. So I want to do a US wala CPA and an Australia wala CPA, go away over there. But that CPA will help you in US. I'm sure knowledge of that CPA will help you in India or serving your foreign clients from India. तो ऐसा कुछ where you show them that this edition is an edition for you and me both.
Right. That's needed, I think.
That will work positively.
That will help. It's all about how you process and give the
Correct.
information to the your principal. कहते हैं ना कि जैसे when we are serving food, sometimes people don't like certain kind of food. You give
Correct.
them in a presented manner, so that's why they eat it. So it's how you're presenting your
Correct.
thing and how you're asking for leave. That also matter. Garima Khandelwal is asking how should professional handle guilt associated with taking breaks or time off? So yeah, so
Guilt.
I think you should not
I
be.
think I feel you should not be guilty at all. You're not doing anything wrong by taking breaks, but I agree. Lot of, for example, working mothers have this guilt that you're leaving your child behind and working for a longer time. But like I said, the only thing that can help you is a positive outlook. So if you're taking a break, think before you take a break. I am taking this break for 2 minutes freshness. Okay. Then you should not have guilt. It is your right to be fresh
Right.
or to, stress free.
Yes.
So ऐसा कुछ
Helping
positive
you
सोच के.
only.
Hmm.
Right. Because
The only
if you
way
are
is
feeling
this.
work will be delayed, no, it won't be delayed. If you are not taking break, you might do something wrong and it has a larger impact. So
Correct.
break is helping you, not making you setback somewhere. So you should
Correct.
not feel guilty. You should have it on a regular interval, as ma'am said, the 20-20-20 rule. I think that was good learning for today thing that you should, and many other things, but you can write certain things like that and follow that. For example, being grateful, keeping a diary, journalizing, keeping a book with you. When you are traveling, read something. Don't, because many people when they start their day, they start reading mails or WhatsApp. You might take 5 minutes, give some breathe and do some stretches. Then maybe you can start if something is urgent. But just starting off your day with looking at something which is urgent may just make it stressed, nothing else. So do those things and don't feel guilty about taking breaks. Yeah, so I think we have covered all the questions, and but like I'll just try to sum up things and ask you few more questions before
Sure,
we
sure.
end the session. So as one thing you told that people have shoulder issues and other issues because we are working all the time. What I think there should be some screen thing which should be maintained. We should have screen at a certain distance or certain level so that we are not looking down or
Correct.
looking very that can be helpful. And as you are into like physical fitness and other thing, what things you will recommend? And I'll ask one more thing. I'll ask two exercises which everyone should do. Like let's do it like a rapid fire thing. Two exercises which everyone should
Uh,
do. At least two or three which you can recommend. Okay,
Correct.
these.
One is Bhujangasana. So if you
Yeah.
you are into yoga, that is an overall body stretch to make you feel lighter. Bhujang is a snake, so that is a
Cobra
snake
pose.
pose. Correct.
Yeah.
And you have a cow camel, so where you hunch your back and then your entire body. So these are
Right.
two stretches that I think you should do after work or even before you begin your work.
Right. Those who are listening, they can write, and if they are not aware what they are, they can search on Google or any other
You have
platform.
YouTube, Google, lot of
YouTube. Yeah.
asanas, but these two most handy and very
Yes.
easy to
So
do.
write it down, guys. One is Bhujangasana, Cobra pose, and second is cat stretches. Right.
Correct.
Yes. Okay. So one more next because it's a rapid fire thing. Two things which you think can be a good snack. Like if you have to go and munch on anything, what two things you like to have which
One
can be
is
good?
makhana and the
Makhana.
other is roasted dry fruits. Makhana is also a dry fruit, but any other
Yeah.
roasted handful dry fruits.
Okay. So again, I'll say you are getting golden words. Keep them. Can be helpful. Makhana contains lot
Calcium.
of calcium. Right.
Calcium and nutrition wise, overall makhana is really very good.
Right. I am seeing the articles that Bihar is exporting a lot of
Correct.
makhana and getting a lot of profits.
And they are enacting a makhana board as well. So
Yes,
that's what was
right.
there in the
Because
budget.
in US it's they sell it at a very high, good price,
Correct.
and we Indians are not appreciating what we already are having.
And we are having it since way
During,
long, and we have
yeah.
an access to it now. So
Yeah, right. And moringa is one more superfood which I am hearing a lot.
correct.
Moringa powder, moringa leaves. People are having that in incorporating in food. So yes. I'll because there are no other question. I'll just sum up things. If you want to say something, man. First of all, very much thanks to you that you gave
No,
so
I want
much.
to tell you, thank you. You are an amazing moderator. I am very, very happy. I mean, I have been a moderator myself for a lot of sessions for different
Okay.
committees in ICI,
Okay.
but you are a very participative moderator. So
This
a
was
very
my
big
first
thank you to
session.
you.
I did it first time.
Seriously,
I was
then
nervous
you
as
are
well.
amazing. I mean, if the audience is listening to me, you and ICI, more moderation to be given to Rishabh because he was very
Thank
nice.
you.
Very nice. I never felt that this topic is new to me. So I felt as if I was talking to you and everybody through you. So
Thank
very
you.
nicely moderated.
Thanks a lot, ma'am. So, your words and powerful insights will be helpful to everyone, and those practical strategies which you give, they will definitely help to sharpen the mind. So, as the topic was sharp the mind, and these strategies will help you sharpening the mind, and then your work will also get affected. So, if I say certain points which are coming in my mind, 20-20-20 technique,
Correct.
you can use that. You can have good food, sleep on time. These are the takeaways which you can take. Writing, journalizing, taking breaks, not feeling guilty about that,
Correct.
and communicating things in a good manner. If you want some leaves or something like that, communicate things well. These things, and having a proper some routine, not taking bigger breaks, but going for smaller breaks as well. These things will help everyone, and it will be helpful. And from my side, I'll say go for meditation, breathe box technique. You can search it. You can have that Yog Nidra. You can have walk, and people go into running. So these things will be helpful. They are instrumental. I sometimes play fluid, or I have a bowl, singing bowl. I
Okay.
just rotate a like stick around it, and it gives a good sound. So 2 minutes of it, you feel better. So things like that you can incorporate, and it will be very much helpful to you. So thanks a lot, and I'm thanking the committee as well, CH Jay Chhara ji, and other ma'am, Vice Chairman sir, and Secretary ma'am. Thanks for having such wonderful initiative, which is helpful, and it's need of the time, need of the hour, because stress is all around. So we need someone to clean it. So it's like stress is dust, and these session are wipers, which is cleaning all the dust and helping everyone to do better things. And I'll request everyone to do fill the feedback form, so that we know what kind of session you are looking for, and what kind of session you felt like this. Were there something which we can incorporate in future? That will be very helpful. From that, I'll say thanks to everyone, and have a nice day.